You're listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show, where wealth is empowering, purpose is crucial, and high vibes are non-negotiable. And now, here's your host, certified business coach and practical woo strategist, Sara J Loureiro.
Welcome to another episode of the Uplevel Your Online Business Show. I am here with you to record a very quick episode for you, just based off of the top 3 shifts that I'm seeing specifically on Instagram for you to attract high-ticket clients in 2026. So let's get to it, shall we? Instagram has been my main platform for online business for about, I would say, 4 to 5 years now. I used to be on Facebook. I was also on LinkedIn. I still am on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn as a platform as well. And I've made the majority of my money from Instagram. And I want to say that the vast majority of my clients actually choose Instagram to be their primary social media profile for getting high-ticket clients. And so I've seen clients who have done super, super well. And I've seen clients that are really struggling at the beginning until they really master these 3 things that I'm about to talk to you about. Another thing that I want to say here is that these things are so normal. There are so many people who struggle with these, and if you struggle with them, it's all right. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way that you're seeing social media. And so the very first big shift that I'm seeing in terms of signing on high-ticket clients in 2026 is that precision really, truly does matter. Precision in terms of the way that you're speaking about your ideal client. I have a client who's going viral right now. I actually have a few clients who are going viral right now with the right people, which is really exciting. And it's because we decided to really get into the head, the brain of your ideal client and really create the unique point of views, so the POVs, that the ideal client needs to see from you. And if you're not creating unique POVs, unique point of views, and you're not talking specifically to those problems that they need from you, then you are going to struggle. Even if you know what it is your ideal client wants, if you're not talking to things that are very unique to them, very unique to their day-to-day lives, you're not going to be getting as much traction as you really want to. And I think it's just so tough right now for people to understand this, but this is exactly why I coach and I mentor on this, because when you do understand it, your life just becomes a lot easier. And so you just need to get your brain to start thinking about your ideal client's problems differently and really start to think about things from your ideal client's point of view and start talking about things from your ideal client's point of view. It has to be so specific, but I've been noticing that when there's a lot of really, really great specificity applied, my clients' posts tend to do really well and they tend to generate a lot of interest, which is also very exciting. So hard part is that you have to be more specific than ever. It is really difficult to do that. But good thing is that when you hire support, when you actually start to understand this, most people don't get that far, right? So then you can really rise up out of the noise. And so the second thing that I have noticed over and over again is that your aesthetics are really starting to matter a lot more this year. And what I mean by this is my clients who used to get by having like really funky looking photos, filters, quotes, and things like that, they used to at least be able to get by that with the right funnels. Now I'm seeing that their content essentially doesn't even land. There's no traction when you just use the same boring quote posts and just like carousels that don't actually speak to your ideal client. They could be speaking to a problem that your ideal client has, but if they're not speaking in that person's point of view, with that person's personality type being taken into consideration, they flop. And so that's another thing that I've been helping a lot of my clients with is the aesthetics, is the formatting of their posts. It matters so much more now. And it doesn't matter in terms of like, you do not need a high quality brand photographer or anything like that to be making your posts. In fact, a lot of my clients who are doing super well are just doing it on their own. They're just taking B-rolls, but it's all about the angles. It's all about the positioning of what you use that matters the most. And so that's another thing that I've realized is that for my clients who don't really understand the aesthetics of a feed, they are also struggling with this. And it's really important that you start to take your business seriously, because if you start to take your business seriously and you start to get the support, then other people will also see that you're taking your business seriously. That's really, really important. And unfortunately, you can't fake it as much in 2026. You can't just be the person who doesn't really know what they're doing as much, because there's so many people who don't know what they're doing. And so you're just getting crowded out by the noise. And now the last thing that I see as a huge shift in how to get high ticket clients for 2026. And I tried to make this one like as precise as possible, because there's so many different things that I could say. But if there's one thing that I could really say that would really help so many of you, is that you absolutely need a funnel this year. You absolutely need a funnel this year. Even for my clients last year who were making $30,000 to $40,000 a month, who were primarily relying on content, they still had something working in the background. They still had a lot of different upsells and downsells that they give people. And I would say that you need that even more now. There's just so much more noise. And there's also a lot of opportunity. I have a client who just signed 7 clients this month as a brand new coach. I'm recording this episode in January of 2026. And so there are opportunities out there, but this is really going to weed the lazy people out. This is really going to bring forward the people who actually care and who truly want to help and support other people. If you're really serious about your business, you're going to absolutely kill it this year. But if you're kind of just here to maybe make money, I think that's going to be the differentiating factor here. So I'd love to hear what you thought about all of this. These are trends that I've seen happening, but very specifically until 2026, I haven't actually seen them as a problem. I'd still see my clients being able to kind of like gloss over these things. But now definitely you want to get so much more precise, and you want to make sure that you have a funnel, you have a system writing on the back end of your content to sign more of those high ticket clients. So let's go. Let's do this, right? Let me know how you loved this episode or how much you liked this episode. You can always reach out to me on Instagram at Sara without an H, JLoureiro. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Uplevel Your Online Business Show. If you enjoy our show and would like the show notes and free goodies about how to grow your online coaching business, head over to sarajloureiro.com for more information. We hope you'll tune in next time.